¿Qué onda, Trey? ¿Qué onda? How's it going? Nada? No? ¿Estás bien? You doing okay? No camera today? Feliz lunes, Kinsey. ¿Cómo estás? Bien? Good job. Did you get to do anything fun this weekend? Or go anywhere? Trey, no te sientes bien? Remember that? Oh, that's so fun though. That's cute, Kinsey. Those are cute. Yeah. So Kinsey, up on the screen, it kind of got cut off up here, but we're practicing with the verb to go. Do you remember that one? Voy, vas, va, vamos, and van. So we want to fill in these two blanks with the correct form of ear. And what do they mean? Voy, vas, va, vamos, and van. Of course. Of course, Kinsey. Buenos días, Hill. ¿Qué onda? ¿Cómo te sientes hoy? How are you today? How are you feeling?
Good.
Good? Muy bien. So, Hill, I had a student this morning tell me something about a game. I already forgot the name of it. Farming, agriculture, something, FA25. Have you ever heard of that? Or something. Farming or agriculture, something, and then 25. Have you ever heard of that one?
I've heard of it. I just never played it.
Yeah. I would be interested. I'm going to see if I can find it, figure it out. Like, what is it that they do in this game that teaches them about farming? Is what what I think is going on. I don't know for sure, but I'd be interested to see. I just thought maybe you knew. Thought I'd ask. So our warm up, you guys, while we wait for everyone. Trey, I don't know where you are this morning. Is practicing our verb to go. Do you remember that one, Hill? Voy, vas, va, vamos, and van. voy, vas, va, and then the plurals are vamos and van. So how would we fill in these blanks up here for A and B? Buenos días, Liliana. ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué onda? So, let's see. Okay, be careful of singulars and plurals, huh? Hill. So Liliana, we're trying to fill in these blanks. So the top of my thing got cut off up here, right? But it's the forms of the verb ir, to go, which are voy, vas, va, singular, vamos and van in the plural, right? So how would we fill in these two blanks here? Trey, where you been, my friend? I started to worry. How would we fill them in? So remember, process of elimination, right? The singulars are on the left-hand side of that column. If you have that mental image, voy, vas, and va. And then our plurals are always on the right. If we have that mental image, vamos and van. So we have to look at our sentences up here. Is who or what we're talking about singular or plural? And then decide which we should use, right? Okay. Liliana, okay. ¿Qué onda, Jada? ¿Qué onda, Isadora? Good job. Except they should be flip-flopped. We'll talk about that, okay? Just so it's clear. Liliana. Buenos días a todos. Feliz lunes. Feliz lunes, clase. Happy Monday. So we are trying to fill in some blanks up here behind me. Trey, are you with me today? Oh, no. Come on. So we're practicing with our to-go, huh, clase? Voy, vas, va are the singulars. Vamos and van, right, are the plurals. So in these two sentences, how would I fill in the blank? Can you pop them in the chat, por favor? Ayana, how are you today? Jada, how are you? Jada, I actually said hi to you before before you actually clicked in. So my bad. Voy, vas, va, vamos, and van. Clase, how would I fill in these blanks? Is who or what I'm talking about singular or plural? One more minute. Let's see what we come up with. Pop your ideas in the chat. Remember that chat is our friend. We can make all kinds of mistakes and the chat box will forgive us. Right? Yes. Because it doesn't count it against us, doesn't hold against us. Es nuestro amigo, el chat. Sí. What you thinking? Ayana, Kinsey, Jada, what do you guess? Isadora, Trey, I haven't heard from you this morning, Trey. Okay, good, Ayana. What's our cheat? You guys remember our cheat with that yo? Ah, Kinsey's so cute. Perfect, Trey, perfect. Kinsey, one day at the end of class, I'll have to show you my great nephew. I love him so much. He's my heart. He sang me happy birthday the other day on FaceTime. Okay. You guys ready to see? Vemos, right? Let's check this out, right? Okay, muy bien. Good, Ayana. Good, you remembered. Okay, bueno, so you guys, I'm going to share screen with you real quick. Hill, you looking? Sí, por supuesto. Well, okay, yes, you can see. Okay, bueno. So this is in our resource library, you guys. Voy, vas, va, vamos, and van. Remember, we don't worry about vosotros, so you can kind of ignore that, pretend like it's not there. And this bottom part, we will get to eventually second semester. Yeah, so don't worry about that right now. So right now we're just focused on voy, vas, va, vamos, and van. Okay. So up here behind me, let me stop sharing. Let's talk about it, right? Violeta y tú en la universidad. So we want to say you and Violeta, right? Go to the university. You and Violeta. So I'm talking to, right, you guys? More than one person. So I'm not just saying you, okay? I'm saying you all, Violeta and you, right? I'm talking to both of these people. So if that's the case, I need to be plural, right? And my plural, you guys, is if I'm talking to them, then it's going to be van, because it's like ustedes, you all, right? You all are in the at the university, you all. So van would have been a. Okay, so good job for you guys who got that. See? Stop me if you have a question, right? In B, it's Felipe y yo, Felipe and I, which is the same as saying we, like Felipe and me and Felipe, right? We. Remember, you guys, the plural of I is we. So the plural of yo is nosotros, right? Because that's what means we. And so our answer here would have been vamos. So Felipe, yo, vamos en el café. Felipe and I go in the cafe or to the cafe. Okay? So most of you guys got all of them right. Good job. Muy bien. Okay, nicely done. Bueno. So here's our goal today, you guys. Couple of things. Remember that a week from today, Monday, we start our Thanksgiving break. Okay. So what does that mean for us? What that means is, you guys, I would like for all of us to have everything, like I want to be in a happy place with this new information, with our practicing our verb ear. I want us to have all of the work caught up and done so that over break, you guys don't even have to think about doing any homework. Okay. That's the goal, right? Sounds like a good goal, right? We don't have to worry about anything over break. So here's what we're going to do today, clase. Hoy es lunes, el 18. Y vamos a descubrir, we're going to discover el futuro próximo. So if you are a note taker, then I'm going to encourage you guys to go ahead and get out whatever it is you take notes in, because what we're going to do is we're going to compare some things. We're going to talk about the near future, el futuro próximo. So this is actually a different verb tense, right? So everything that we've done so far has been in present tense. It's like happening right now, right? Voy, a la cinema, or whatever. I don't know. I can't think of something right now. Voy al concierto, right? I'm going to the concert. What's something that I'm doing like right now? Okay. What we're going to switch over to, though, is how to talk about things I'm not doing right now. I'm going to do them in just a second. I'm going to do them in the near future. And we're going to learn, you guys, like a math formula to hopefully try to help us remember how to use the near future. Now, listen, if you think about all the times in a given day in English that we say, I'm going to go take a nap, I'm going to go relax, I'm going to go play a game, I'm going to go to work at 3 o'clock, I'm going to go study for my test, I'm going to go hang out with my friends. going to go, going to sleep, going to play. We use that, you guys, all the time. So this is a pretty important, useful verb tense, and it's pretty easy. Okay, it's pretty easy. So what I want to do today is just kind of lay the foundation work for that, and then we'll do a little practice today. Okay. All right, clase, preguntas, questions. Bueno, if you are a note taker, then I'm going to encourage you, please, to get those out. Okay. All right. Okay. You should see a whiteboard. Give me a thumbs up if you see a whiteboard up on the screen. Gracias. Okay. So I'm just going to, like I said, we're going to do this bit in English, and just to kind of relate to it a little bit, or help us relate to it. And then we're going to switch it over to Spanish. Okay. So hopefully that'll be a little easier. Okay. So first of all, you guys, somebody tell me, what is an infinitive? We're talking about like grammar stuff. So like in Spanish class, can you give me an example of an infinitive? What the heck is that? Anybody know? You've probably heard me say it. Hassan? What's the infinitive? Can you think of an example, even in English, if not in Spanish? What the heck?
Hablar.
Hablar. Okay, so what about hablar makes it the infinitive? Trey? What about hablar makes it the infinitive?
Because in Spanish it ends in AR, ER, or ear.
Yeah. So we have those AR verbs, those ER verbs, and those IR verbs, right? And so basically, you guys, again, if you're taking notes, you need to jot this down, because you're going to hear me use this word a lot, right? So the infinitive is the original form of a verb, right? Simple enough. So an example, you guys, let's do one in English and then we'll do one in Spanish, right? So let's say that my sentence in English was, let's use the verb to go. That's the one we're working with, to go. Okay, so if this would be the infinitive in English, to go. So if I need to use that in a sentence, right, you guys? If I need to use it in a sentence, right, I would not say I to go to the store. I wouldn't do that, right? What would I say? I would say I go to the store. I have to change it. Okay, so this is our infinitive in English. This is our infinitive in English, and then we wouldn't use it in a sentence like that. We have to change it. We wouldn't say I to go to the store. We say I go to the store. Right? Okay. In Spanish, again, just because, let's just use the one that hablar. Okay, let's just use hablar. We wouldn't say yo hablar con amigos. Right? That's not correct, right? So this would be our infinitive. Yeah, hello. This would be our infinitive, right? But in order to use it in a sentence, we know we have to make it match this yo here. Okay, so this would be our infinitive, the original form of the verb. Okay, which is wrong. Okay, but we need to know what that is, right? If we're going to use them in a sentence, what do we have to do to them, you guys? What do we have to do to them to use them in a sentence? What's the word that we use in language class? Anybody remember? We call it a conjugation. You know this, right? You've heard this word before. A conjugation. So a conjugation is the verb form, right? After we change it to match the who or what is doing. Let's cut that off. To match who or what is doing the action, right? Which we call the subject. So the infinitive, you guys, is the original form of the verb. We cannot take it like we did here and just plop it into the sentence. What we have to do, right, you guys, is we have to conjugate it. We have to change this to agree with yo, right? Exactly. So what is a conjugation in English? Not I to go to the store, but I go to the store, right? Or he, if we were using he in English, right? He goes to the store. Okay, so we know that go is matches with I, and we know that goes matches with he, right? He goes. And then if we were to use our hablar thing as an example, yo hablar, no, we get rid of the AR and we conjugate it. Yo hablo con amigos. Okay? All right. Can you guys tell me in 3, 2, 1 in chat how you feel about this? 3, I got it. 2, okay, well, I get it, sort of. And 1, I don't know what you're talking about. 3, 2, 1. Okay, gracias, Liliana. Yeah. So basically, we're just giving these things names, right? The infinitive is the original form of the verb. In other words, before we change it, right, to match who we're talking about, you know, do we use no? So like we did in our warm-up today, okay? We conjugated in our warm-up today, right? Okay. And then the conjugation is the verb, what it looks like after we change it to match, like we did here with hablar, okay? Becomes hablo. So why do I bother? Because you're going to hear me use these words. Okay. All right, Trey. You're going to hear me use these words a lot, right? Trey, if you get disconnected, this is a pretty important lesson today. So if you can't reconnect, you're going to need to watch the thing on YouTube, okay? All right. All right. So now let's come back over here and let's compare some things, okay? And again, I hope you're taking notes, okay, for yourself. So let's talk about everything we've done so far is what we call in present tense. In other words, it's happening now. It's happening now as you speak, right? Okay. So some examples. Let's do one in English real quick, right? Let's say they go to that would be too hard. They go let's just stick with the store. They go to the store. Okay. They go to the store. Now, another way of saying this is they're going to the store, right? Like they're doing it right now. Okay. But you guys, in true like grammar, okay, they're going to the store is a different construction, right? So I'm going to get rid of this because, oh, hello. Because we don't want to think about it that way, okay? We just need to look at present tense, which is, like I said, a grammatical thing, okay? So They go to the store, right? I go to work. Whatever. It's something that I'm doing right now, right? I talk to my friends. Okay, whatever. It's present tense, simple. It's what's happening right now. With futuro próximo, what we're going to do, you guys, is say we're going to change these. And we're going to make them say, just so you know what it looks like, futuro próximo, okay? We're going to change them and we're going to make them say, they are going to go to the store. Okay, so they're not going to the store right now, right? They don't go to the store right this minute. They are going to go. They're going to go in the future. It may be 5 minutes from now. It may be a month from now, maybe a week from now. Maybe it's Friday, right? They're going to go. They're not doing it right now. They're going to do it. Okay. I am going, right, to talk to my friends. Okay, I'm not talking to them right now. I'm going to talk to them. And maybe I'm going to talk to them today. Maybe I'm going to talk to them next year. Maybe I'm going to talk to them next month. But at some point, I'm going to talk to my friends. Okay, now let's take it apart. Okay, let's take this apart a second. And let's look at it. Look what we have here. We have they are going. And then we have this to go. Oh, and this one we have I am going. And then we have to talk. Okay. So how many verbs, how many actions do you guys see in these examples? Are going to go and I and am going to talk. How many verbs do you see? Can you pop it in the chat? How many do you see? How many verbs, how many actions do you see in these sentences here? Good, Hill. Okay. You mean in total, Liliana, for both sentences? Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? How many verbs in each sentence do you see? How many actions are there? I need to hear from you. Kenzie and Jada and Ayana, Isadora. How many actions do you see in those examples? Of how many verbs? Isadora, Ayana, how many verbs do you see? Make a guess. Or remember, good, Isadora. Remember that I don't know, IDK, is a legitimate answer. How many actions do we see? Well, let's look at it, right? We have are going. Is it going an action, you guys? Yes, going is an action, right? So that's one. Okay. And then to go is another action, right? In this sentence. And then in this one, am going is a verb. And to talk is an action, is a verb. So in each of these sentences, if you said four, yes, you're right. In each of these sentences, we have two verbs. So in order to say and that's English, right? So we're going to do the same thing in Spanish. We're going to need two, right? Now, here's the deal. Let's look up here a minute. When I said something about an infinitive and I said the original form of the verb, notice that the example I gave up here was to. It had this word to go, right? To talk, to eat, to sleep, to, whatever. Okay. So you guys, in English and in Spanish, okay, an infinitive has to have the word to, right, in English to be an infinitive. So it can be, again, to talk, to walk, to go, to, I don't know, sleep, whatever, to think, okay? That's how we know it's an infinitive in English, is we have the to at the end, at the beginning, right? In Spanish, however, the infinitive is going to have either an AR at the end, an ER at the end, or an IR at the end. Okay, and that's how we know in Spanish that they are an infinitive. If it has an AR, an ER, or an IR at the end, right? And we're talking about verbs here, right? This is only verbs. This is only action words, right? Not things. Okay, so examples could be hablar, could be like comer, to eat, could be dormir, to sleep, right? Those are infinitives in Spanish. That's the original form. We haven't done anything to them. So here's our infinitive. It's going to be our verb number 2, right? When we're talking about the future. Okay, everybody with me? Our verb number 1 has to be going, because it's not something I'm doing now, it's something I'm going to do. Okay, so here's our formula that we're going to use, and you're going to see it again here in just a second. Our formula, okay, for future tense, right, for futuro próximo, the near future is what we call it, okay? And it works exactly the same way in English, so you're gonna recognize it, okay? So here's our formula. We need a form of ir, meaning to go. So we have to have a conjugation, right? Conjugation. Conjugated form of ir. That's going to be our first. That's going to be number 1. Plus, just like we did in English, right? An infinitive of a verb. And that's going to equal our near future, right? That's going to equal our futuro próximo. Okay, so let's take these sentences that we had up here and put them in Spanish. They are going to go to the store and I'm going to talk to my friends. And when we do that, we're going to follow this formula. Okay, so our this part here, okay, is part 1. This part here is part 2. And then this is what it equals, the near future. So, right? Okay, so let's do these in Spanish, okay? Now, we're going to have a different word order because it's Spanish, it's not English, right? Okay, so they are going to go to the store. So you all help me. How do we say they in Spanish? What's our word for they? Bob and Susie are going to the store. Who's going to the store? They are. How do we say they? Ellos. Very good. So I'm going to type in, and I'm going to switch this to black. Let me think so y'all can see better. Okay, so ellos. All right. So now we need our conjugated form of how to say ir. So we have voy, vas, va, vamos, and van. So what goes with ellos? What form of ear? That's what I need here. That's number one. What form of ear goes with ellos? Voy, vas, va, vamos, and van. Which is it? Van. Very good. Ellos van. So that's what we have. We have our conjugated form of ear, right? Ear becomes van to agree with ellos. Okay, our next bit, we need an infinitive. Well, hold on here. Okay, we got to have our word to go, to talk. Does anybody remember how we say to? Anybody? Ah, right? Ellos van a. They are going to. Okay, what's our verb to go, clase? In the infinitive, because now we need this infinitive. What is our infinitive of to go? What's the original form? Yes, look, you guys, it's right here, ear, right? So we're going to put ear. To the store, a la tienda. So our sentence, you guys, they are going to go to the store. Questions? So look what we have. Look what we have. We have our conjugated form of ear, van. We have our word ah, to, and then our infinitive to go. Van a ir, going to go. They're not doing it right now. They're going to do it in half an hour. They're going to go to the store next week. Okay? All right, let's try this one up here. Let's try to put this one in Spanish. Okay? Let's follow the formula. And you know, I should probably add our in the formula, which I think I will, but we'll do it. Let's just finish the sentence first. Okay. All right. So let's come over here. And let's focus on I. I am going to talk to my friends, and we're going to follow this formula. So how do I say I'm going, clase? Voy, vas, va, vamos, and van. How do I say I'm going in Spanish? Remember, scrap paper is the chat box. Okay, good. So yo voy. And then how do I say to? What do I have to add, you guys? Look over here. Right? That's I'm going to, right? Going to, voy a. And then what is the infinitive of to talk? How do I say to talk in Spanish? What is to talk? We've seen that today already. Is it habla? What we need the infinitive, right, Isadora? We need the infinitive now. Look at our formula, okay? We need the infinitive. So what's the infinitive of to talk? What is to talk? Hablar. Very good. Because remember, you guys, in Spanish, our infinitives are going to either be an AR verb, an ER verb, or an IR verb. It's going to have that at the end of the word, right? Like hablar, comer, or dormir. So yo voy a hablar. I'm going to talk con amigos, with friends. I'm not doing it right now, right, you guys? I'm going to talk to them. And we could add a time period. We could say mañana, you know, whatever. Going to talk with friends. Okay. I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Voy a hablar con amigos mañana. Mañana, no ahorita, not now, mañana. Okay. Or I can say, what's today? Monday? I could say, voy a hablar con amigos miércoles. I'm going to do it on Wednesday. Right? Okay. We can use time to say when we're going to do something. Okay. Any questions about this? Clase. Preguntas? No? Okay. So I'm gonna let you take a little brain break while I prep my next screen. I got to get into VHL real quick, so it'll probably take me a second. So give me a minute. You guys can take a brain break. If you think of a question, just kind of let me know. It always takes me back to unit 1. Okay. Okay, so make sure that you can hear. I'll have the volume turned up, you guys, but you guys need to watch the screen. Remember, this is for you. It helps us to hear what other people have to say besides me, right? Sometimes we just need to hear other people. So you want to make sure that you all can hear this, okay, and watching the screen. Okay, here we go.
Buenas tardes, estudiantes. Hoy es viernes y todos nosotros queremos ir a casa. It seems like everyone has big plans for the weekend. So, let me start this quick lesson with a question. ¿Qué vas a hacer este fin de semana? What are you going to do this weekend? My question cleverly introduced a Spanish construction that allows you to say what you intend to do in the future. The construction uses the verb ir, which you have learned previously, followed by a and an infinitive. It's the exact equivalent of saying going to do something in English. Tanya is going to swim. Fun. Fede is going to sleep until noon. Nice. And I'm going to clean my kitchen because a teacher's fun is never done. Ahora, en español. Tanya va a nadar. Fede va a dormir hasta mediodía. Y voy a limpiar mi cocina. One potential pitfall. Don't forget the a
Yes.
between ir and the infinitive.
Yep.
That would be as awkward and wrong as saying, I'm going clean my kitchen in English. Now, I said you could use this sentence structure to talk about future plans, intentions, and goals. Well, there are a lot of adverbs and time expressions you can add to your sentences to say when you plan or hope to do these things. En 10 años, Fede va a ser un abogado famoso. La próxima semana vamos a visitar a nuestros primos. Vas a leer la lección mañana, ¿verdad? El domingo la señora López va a pintar la sala. Wait, what? So I'm going to clean the kitchen and paint the living room this weekend? What happened to getting a mani-pedi? Okay, I'd better say hasta pronto and get to work.
Okay. Preguntas clase. It's not hard, right? But like she said, and I try to impress upon you as well.
Buenas tardes, estudiantes. Hoy es viernes y
is we can't forget to put that ah in there. Okay, we can't forget to put the ah in there. That's super duper important. Okay. Okay. Any questions about any of that, you guys, before we switch over? Okay. All right. Okay, then let's turn our attention to our scrap paper, right? Our chat box. And let's see what you guys show me. Since you don't have questions, you need to show me how well you understood today. Okay, so that's what we do here. So here's our forms, you guys. Voy, vas, va, vamos, and van. Remember that ear is our infinitive, right, you guys? It's our infinitive. It's the original form of the verb before we change these up, to go with yo, nosotros, tú, right? Usted, etc., etc. Okay? And this would be ellos, L and ella. I don't have the room to scribble in here. You all know that. Okay. Bueno. Okay. So, so fast forward. We did these the other day. Okay, here we go. All right. So to talk about what someone is going to do in the near future, we need to use this formula, right? A conjugated form of ear plus ah plus an infinitive, which is the original form of the verb. Okay, so for example, clase, Martín va a trabajar mañana. Martin is going to work tomorrow. Okay, Martin is going to work tomorrow. 1, 2, 3. 1 is the conjugation of ear. 2 is the ah. 3 is the conjugation of whatever action is going to happen. Okay. Yo voy a visitar mi abuela. I'm going to visit my grandma. I'm going to visit my grandma. Okay. Visitar, an AR verb in the infinitive. Okay, so let's take a look at this, right? Y'all ready? So, ¿qué va a hacer Rita mañana? What is Rita going to do tomorrow? Él va a, okay? Whatever, I don't know, pick one, right? Él va a la tienda de ropa, right? She's going to go to the clothing store, something like that. She's going to go to the mall, el centro comercial, something like that, okay? So let's look at what actions we have. We have nacho and esquiar, right? Ski. So Nacho, ¿qué va a hacer Nacho mañana, clase? I'm going to put my answer in the chat so you can see it. Nacho, which is the same as saying he, va a esquiar mañana. Okay, so check out the chat. That's my answer. Nacho va a esquiar. He's going to ski tomorrow. Okay. All right. So let's do this. Liliana, this is yours right here. This one with Sergio. Okay. Hill, you hear me? Hill, you're going to be Jorge. This is your sentence right here. This Jorge. Got it? Okay. Isadora, you get mis amigos y yo. Okay. Ayana, you get Gonzalo y Susana. Okay. Jada, you hear me? See, you're going to get this Valeria and Nadar, right? And Kinsey, I don't know if you're with me, if you had to step away. But we'll give this one to Kinsey. She can come when she comes back. Okay, so you each have an assigned sentence. Figure it out, pop it in the chat. Kenzie, this is yours right here, Cecilia y Roxana. Perfect, Hill. Liliana, Jorge. Perfect, Liliana. Good job. Yay, 2 for 2. Isadora, Ayana, Jada. Yes. So you follow our formula, right? Kenzie, you can scroll up and see my example that I put in the chat. Perfect, Ayana. Muy bien. Gonzalo y Susana. Good job. It's 3 for 3. Yay. Yeah, you're almost there, Isadora. Almost. What's our formula, Isadora? Good, Jada. Perfect. What's our formula, Isadora? Let's see which one you had. You had this one? Okay. Remember, what is yo? What's our clue? Anytime we include ourselves, it's we, right? Jada, good job. Let's see, Jada, Liliana, Hill, Ayana. I'll give you guys little stars. Yeah, like we're little kids again. Y'all get stars. Let's see, Kenzie, did you answer? Did I miss it? Isadora, what is the one that goes with we? What is we in Spanish? Sí, Jada. Sí. All right. So let's verify, shall we, you guys? I know you guys got little stars, but let's show each other, okay? Yes. Okay, so take a look. We had Sergio and descansar. Sergio is going to go relax, you guys. So él va, Sergio va. We have to have an a, and then we put our infinitive, descansar. Sergio va a descansar. He's not relaxing right now. He's going to. Va a. Okay, stop me if you have a question. Okay, let's look at Jorge up here. Ah, yeah, you're so close. Okay, so let's look at Jorge. Jorge, right? Va a tomar fotos. Right? Jorge is going to take pictures. Va a. Okay, because he goes, right? Okay, Gonzalo y Susana are running, right? I'm going to put it under, I lost my mouse. I'm going to put it under the picture here, okay? Okay, take a look, because this one was plural, right, you guys? We had 2 people, Gonzalo and Susana. So we're going to say, ellos van a correr mañana or whenever, okay? So they are going to run tomorrow. Ellos van a correr, okay? Jada had swimming. So this would be Valeria is the same as ella, right? Ella va a nadar mañana. Let's just keep with the mañana. Va a nadar. She's going to swim, right? Okay, let's look at mis amigos y yo. This one was plural too. This one was hard, right? So if it's mis amigos y yo clase, it's going to be nosotros, right? So let's think about it. Voy, vas, va, vamos, and van. We only have those two plural choices, vamos and van. If vamos is always nosotros, or the almost anything is nosotros. So, yeah, so vamos, nosotros vamos. We got to have our a, right? And then what is it that we're going to do? We're going to go cycling, andar en bicicleta. So, vamos a andar. Okay, we are going to go cycling, right? Okay. Our last one, I'm going to put it down here, was shopping. Okay, Cecilia y Roxana. Again, it's plural. It was two girls, ellas. So, van a. And then what is it? They're going to go shopping. Ir de compras. Okay, clase? All right, so tell me real quick in the chat, 3, 2, 1, how you feeling about this formula for the near future? 3, 2, 1. Formula for the near future. Okay, come on, I need to hear from everyone. 3, 2, or 1. Okay, our next bit, you guys, take your same sentence. Same sentence. And I'm not even going to help you with this. I want you to try to think about it logically. Okay. I would like for you to say that they're not going to do something. How would you change the sentence? How would you make it negative? I want you to think about it on your own. So Sergio is not going to rest. Jorge is not going to take pictures. How do we make them negative? Perfect, Hill. Absolutely perfect. Liliana, what do you think? Give it a best shot in the chat. We are not going to take pictures. We are not going to rest. We're not going to swim. Jada, how would we do that? Yay, Liliana. Jada, how would you make your sentence negative? Valeria, or she, is not going to swim. Ayana, how about you? Isadora, how do we do it? I need y'all focused on our screen here, please. Perfect, Isadora, perfect. Jada, how about you? Ayana, how would we say they're not going to run tomorrow? Yes, so all we do, right, you guys, all we have to do is take our no and add it to what it is that we're not, right? We're not going. We're not going. So if we're not going, it's not going to let me do that. Then it's going to be, has to go in front of our verb to go. Okay, so I'll just do this one down here because I have more room. So ellas, right? No van a ir de compras, because we're not going, right? So what we want to make negative, if you will, is the going, right? No van. Ella no va a nadar. Very good, Jada. Okay, nosotros no vamos a andar en bicicleta. Okay, very good, you guys. You guys are smart. Good job. Okay, any questions before we switch gears here, you guys? Pop them in the chat right now. Okay. Bueno. All right, let me get myself organized one more time. And share my screen with you. And this is simple, right? This is just a way of kind of showing me again that you understand how this verb tense is not present tense, right? It's the near future. It's something that we're going to use, right? And so in your own words in the chat, let's look at our question here, okay? In your own words, it says compara, right? So we're going to compare. What is the difference between yo voy a comprar, comprar is to buy, right? Yo voy a comprar verduras mañana, verduras are veggies. Yo voy a comprar verduras mañana, and yo voy al mercado. Mercado is the market. Okay. What is the difference? Can you explain to me in the chat between yo voy a comprar verduras mañana and yo voy al mercado? In English, in your own words, what is the difference between these two sentences? Obviously, one's talking about buying vegetables, and one's talking about going to the market, but that's not what we mean. We mean in construction. How are they constructed differently? How would I know when to use which one? In the chat, what do you think, you guys? What's the difference between these two? Okay. Good, Jada? In your own words, you guys? How would you explain to me? When would I use yo voy a comprar and yo voy? What's the difference between the two? I'm going to buy vegetables tomorrow, or I'm going to the market. What's the difference? Yep. When? Yep. You're on the right track, Liliana. Okay. Let's try something else here. let's I'm gonna stop sharing that. Okay. Let me change it up a little bit. Maybe it'll be less confusing if I change it up. Okay, hold on. Give me a sec. Okay. Okay, yes. All right, I'm gonna share the screen with you. Maybe this is easier and a better example, not an easier example, but a better example. Okay. So the first one, yo voy a comprar verduras. Yo voy a comprar verduras versus yo compro verduras. What is the difference here? When would I use the first one? And when would I use the second one? What is the difference between these two sentences? Looky here, I got this and I have this. What is the difference? Jada, you were right. I'd like to hear from everyone else. Okay. So if one is incomplete, I can never use it. Okay, so it does. So why is that, Isadora? What is the point? Why would we do that? Yeah, so so we have two verbs here, right? Yeah, and we only have one here. So why would we bother to have two here? What's the difference? Yes. Yes, Isadora. Anyone else? Liliana, I haven't heard from you. Ayana, I haven't heard from you. Kinsey. Perfect, Liliana. That's it. Perfect. Ayana, in your words, what's the difference between these two sentences? When would I use which one? Okay, so you guys, let's look, because this is cute, huge, right? This one, I'm going to buy. I'm not buying it right now. I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy vegetables later. I'm going to buy vegetables at 1 o'clock. I'm going to buy vegetables next week. I'm going to buy vegetables next year. I'm going to buy them. I'm not doing it right now. But in this sentence, compro, yo compro, this is present tense, right? This means that I'm doing it right now. I'm buying vegetables. Compro verduras. I'm doing it right now. There is no go in here. I'm not going to do it. I'm doing it. I'm buying them right now. Okay. So our differences, this one is our near future, our futuro próximo. I'm going to do whatever the action is. This one is our present tense. I'm doing it right now. Yo compro. I'm doing it right now. So everything that you guys did in like Spanish 1, you did it in the present tense, right? Now we can do things in the future tense. Okay? Okay. We have a couple of minutes left. Any questions, you guys? I'm not going to assign you anything today, just because you wouldn't have time to get it done. But you did a great job today. Good job, you guys. Was this hard? We'll practice again tomorrow or Wednesday, but was it hard? What do you think? Give me a up, a down, or a middle of the road, or was it hard? Just more practice. Okay, cool. Perfect, Jada. All right, perfect. So that's what we'll do. You guys, we'll just keep practicing, right? Yeah. You did a great job today paying attention. I hope you guys took some notes down just to help yourselves. Okay. All right. So nos vemos miércoles, but before you sign off, I want to remind you guys of something. Monday starts your Thanksgiving break. So not just for Spanish, but in all of your classes. It would be fantastic if you guys check your calendar every day in Canvas, that you stay caught up with everything, that you, if you're missing something, that you get it caught up. So when you go on break, you don't have anything to do. Yeah, that would be good, right? To have nothing to do over break. You could sleep in, you could go to work, you could hang out, you could do whatever, right? I know, Hill. Me too. Me too. Yo también. We can all use a little brain break, right? For a while. See. All right, you guys. If you don't have any questions for me, you did a good job today. Muchísimas gracias. Have a great one. Adios. 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 Adios.